Hi, I'm Jay Woodiest.
And I'm DJ.
And this is the DJ Wouldn't It Be Funny Podcast.
I'm DJ Wouldn't It Be Funny Podcast. DJ Wouldn't It Be Funny Podcast. DJ Wouldn't It Be Funny Podcast.
You know what I've been thinking about a lot?
Tell me what's on your mind, brother.
I've been thinking a lot about this 100 man versus one gorilla convo talk. Okay? I personally think a gorilla has to win 100 fights to win that. A man only has to win.
But one man isn't just going to win that fight.
How do we know that?
One man can never beat a whole gorilla. Have you seen a gorilla? A silverback gorilla?
Yeah, I look at you every day.
That wasn't nice.
It wasn't nice. Okay.
That wasn't nice. I felt there was some racial.
No, it was because you're strong and you
Black.
have a lot of hair.
And dark skin.
You have a lot of gowns.
Okay, great gowns, beautiful gowns.
I think that the right group of 100 men can beat a gorilla. But if you pick 100 random men, I think the chances are so slight because no one's going to want to run up to that gorilla.
I agree, but at the same time, there are people dumb enough to do that. It's not all about strength. Like, for example, I feel like if 100 people were willing to storm the Capitol, 100 people were willing to go to Area 51. Is it Area 51 or 21?
51.
21. 51?
Yeah, it's 51.
Then there are people that are dumb enough to run full head of steam at a gorilla. And if enough people do it, doesn't matter if one person is successful. If they all do it, we will somehow conquer.
But that's the thing. The average person isn't storming Area 51 or the Capitol. You need very specific people to do it.
And you know a lot about average, right?
Mm.
The whole thing that we'd have to do to win is hit it where it hurts. And we know where it hurts. The balls. The heart.
The ball.
The balls.
I thought you were going to say the heart. I feel like if we did emotional warfare on the gorilla, like we showed it like his family and said...
You think it would be able to understand that? I think we give...
They recognize family.
I think we give animals a little too much credit sometimes. Sometimes I don't think they think like we do.
Not all animals, but like primates, like if you got thumbs, you think. That's what I think. If you have thumbs, you think.
I think if you have a penis or a vagina, you can think. That's what I think.
Ducks got penises and vaginas.
And I think they're one of the smartest things ever.
Ducks,
they stay together, unlike humans.
We do stay together.
No, we don't. Never.
Part of the reason
not enough.
A successful species is because we're able to communicate and do a lot of
Maybe
stuff
back in the days, but it seems like we're so separated now.
If we're so separated, why do you think 100 men could beat a gorilla?
Because the fact that we're having this debate means that we actually can come together and do this. Enough people thought, you know what? We could do this. So much so that this is a debate.
If you picked the right group of men.
If you me. Times
John
100.
Frontlines.
Times 100. No.
He's the first person
I'm going to
run.
be the tech guy. The guy.
the 100 people?
Yeah. Just like how they talk about in the military. If I was in the military, I'd be the one flying the planes.
No, the people flying the planes, they do some crazy work.
They do.
But
they do.
I do think when people say, respect to the vets.
Respect.
People say they're in the military and they were like, oh, I was on the GPS. If you're doing on Call of Duty, when you get a kill streak and you can track where everyone is.
Yeah.
If that's your job, tracking everybody, that's a different.
But that is kind of cool though now. Not cool. I don't like war. Yeah. But that is kind of cool now that you can literally do war from the comfort of your own home. You can have
drone strikes.
Literally, you can just sit down.
Obama facts.
No, literally, fuck it, beep. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of fuck with that, not from a war's perspective, but from a less lives being lost perspective. You know what I'm saying? We're still losing a lot of things, but not lives. If 100 people were to fight one gorilla, we'd use our brain that we finally have now. Doesn't it ever bother you sometimes when you really think about it and you're like, wait, we haven't had technology that many years. You know what I'm saying?
Bother me. I think
we lost that many. We've lost that many years of technology. You know what I'm saying? I think about that as much as I think of drinking water.
Like the human race hasn't had technology in so long. Like
Yeah.
so much of the human race has missed out.
Literally.
That's a good point.
But I'm saying that to say that we've survived this long without technology. Who's to say we can't survive this long against a gorilla?
Because no one's gonna want to, as much as, yes, if we work together, maybe we could beat this gorilla. But again, no regular person is gonna want to be like, you know what? Us 30, we're gonna curb stomp this gorilla. Maybe one person out of the 100, if you're lucky, 3. And 3 people aren't beating the gorilla.
Okay,
you have to pick the right group of men and give them the right amount of crazy to make it happen.
I disagree. All it takes is a curb stomp to the nutsack. I don't know if as a kid you got kicked in the nuts. I haven't got kicked in the nuts because I feel like the only people that get kicked in the nuts, like of the age that we are people that do something they deserve to be kicked in the nuts for. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're kicking the nuts should end by like 13. You know what I'm saying? But I do remember it because it hurts so bad. I don't think a gorilla's been kicked in the nuts enough. So much so that that's where we could win.
But you know the issue, though? I think they've probably been punched in the nuts.
By who?
By other gorillas. Because gorillas have hands for feet.
They do.
You ever thought about that? They don't kick. It's just a punch. They just punch with their feet. Yeah. And I bet something tells me I don't have
their
proof.
Balls are strong. You would know.
I was about to say not like that. But I really think gorilla nuts are fortified.
That's nasty.
Because they don't wear clothes. I think honestly most animal nuts, this is gross, but I think they're fortified because they got nothing covering it at all times. They're going from tree to tree. If you hit a branch, you got to be able to just keep it going.
Do you think gorillas all just have foreskin since they, can't cut it themselves?
I think all animals have foreskin.
They just droop in there.
I think all animals have foreskin.
So then take back the kick in the ball. They might not feel a thing. That foreskin might suck all that foot up. That was nasty.
Who wins?
That was nasty. Sorry about that, guys.
Who wins, 100 gorillas or 100 glowrillas? What you gonna do?
If we're talking about glow with the curbins, she winning.
But if we curbins?
No curbins, no whirning.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, Glow. If you were in a gorilla's body right now, could you beat 100 random men?
I think I could. I think I could because I am 6'2", approximately 200 pounds.
You're a gorilla.
Pretty big
Not anymore. You're a gorilla.
I feel like I'd be even taller and even bigger. Because if I'm as big as I am in humans, not to like suck myself off or anything.
Sounds like you're tooting your own horn,
but real shit. If I'm as big as I am as a human, what do you think I'd be as a gorilla?
You maybe be like, if a gorilla's like 6'8", I think you'd be like a 7-foot gorilla.
I feel like we're just making up numbers. I don't know if it's 6'8". I never heard that.
You'd probably be a 5'5" gorilla.
5'5" gorilla. Yeah. So I'd be you as a gorilla. Got it.
You might have a bigger butt than an average gorilla. They got some.
Why?
Because they have really big butts.
Yeah, well, I don't work out my legs anymore.
But you said you'd be above average. You're above average. He got some strong legs, guys.
Above average?
Yeah.
How would you know?
So the thing about being a gorilla is, I think if we understood the gorilla better, maybe this would be an entirely different discussion. Maybe we'd be a little bit more empathetic.
It's not really about being empathetic. It's about being realistic. And being realistic, I think humans just have more brains than a glorilla.
Hey, we do not have more brains than glorilla.
We don't. But gorillas, I think we do. And I think we'd find loopholes out of this that doesn't involve our fists. Now, if you're saying one-on-ones until the gorilla loses, we lose. But if we're saying you got 100 of your strongest men, I think we can figure out a technique or strategy to take that big motherfucker down. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit. We did it with Osama.
No, that was funny. We did it with Saddam Hussein. We can do it with the gorilla.
I'm just being real, being honest.
I can't wait for the internet to figure out 100 Kerbins versus a glorilla.
The biggest thing we can take away from this gorilla debate is that we don't understand each other as much as we think we do. Gorillas think probably we're just chopped shit and we're the easiest people to take. You know, they're like, 100? Hey. But then we like, one? All right, that kind of is low-key disrespectful that the gorilla is like, going crazy. Yeah, over 100. And we're like, woo, over 1.
We did it, guys.
Yeah.
70% of us are dead.
Real shit.
30 of us are injured.
I mean, real shit. All it takes is one Mike Tyson ear bite to beat that nigga ass. That's my opinion, my personal opinion. That shit left, what's his name, Holyfield? That shit left him speechless. Wait, he might have died. Did he die?
No. Oh.
Who died?
George Foreman.
So Holyfield's alive, so I can say this. R.I.P. George Foreman, though, in the process. Holyfield, he was never the same. I think when you lose a chunk of ear, it just goes, your brains go with it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that could be the same thing with a Glorilla. If you could choose a celebrity or animal to switch bodies with for a day, who would you think would be?
If I can do an animal, I'm picking a dolphin. I think dolphins would be just as smart as humans if they had opposable thumbs and hands and fingers.
Yeah, but you don't have that. So you're the dolphin. So you're exactly what you just said. If dolphins had, so you're just as dumb as dolphins.
No, all that to say, I'm still no.
They don't have
dolphins
thumbs.
are smart. They just don't have the land.
You said if you have thumbs, you're smart. You're a dolphin.
I'm saying they don't have the land capabilities and the thumbs to build and stuff and communicate with written language. But we're still smart. I would have the freedom of a dolphin, but the knowledge almost
of a meerkat
of a human. So that's why I'm picking a dolphin.
Okay.
What would you pick?
Of an animal or
yeah.
I'm gonna go with my second answer.
What was your first answer?
Channing Tatum. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Because he's white.
No. It's because it's unfair that the dude ages throughout life like by only numbers. Dude, six-pack's been the same since he was like 10. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is not fair. And at the same time, he was Zoe Saldana. Zoe, what's her name? And he was Zoe Kravitz, one of those bad Zoes.
Would you want to divorce Zoe Kravitz too?
Oh, he did do that, didn't he? Yeah. You know...
Stop farting in the mic.
You know something? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, you straight, you straight. It's all good. Man, I'm sorry. Yo.
But you know something about Channing Tatum that I really think is unfair. The dude can rock all hairstyles and be cool. I've seen him with a black buzz, like a nigga buzz cut. Cool. I seen the nigga with like a little bit of hair on some like it was the fucking tough ass movie Dear John. You know, it's still kind of low key a buzz cut. John, you know, but it's just unfair. And I'm on some if you hate him then join him, kind of on some KD with the Warriors type of vibes, like real shit. Fuck that nigga Channing Tatum. But if I could change bodies, I'll be him. You know what I'm saying?
You think he could rock some dreads?
Some real nigga shit. You think Channing Tatum could rock some dreads? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. There's not a thing Channing Tatum can't rock. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully.
Channing Tatum can't rock
I think it's gonna be culture vulture type of vibes, but at the same
he'd be killing it. It'd be like on some Jack Sparrow kind of stuff.
Yes. That was my best impersonation of Jack Sparrow. But one thing I do like is the idea or the fantasy of being a different person. Not fantasy, that sounded weird. But the idea of being another person. Because all we know is our point of views. And I feel like that could change the world if we understood other people's point of views. You know what I'm saying? From Michelle Obama to Bow Wow. What maybe come up with those two people? Don't know. But they just sounded like people that I would like to know what their point of views in life are.
Bin Laden?
There are some people whose point of view I'd like to keep further from me, you know?
And not his.
Yeah. Do you think you could switch bodies with Taylor Swift? Because for me, I like having an ass.
I'd be taller.
You would be taller.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. No mean jokes here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're progressing. That's perspectives.
Perspectives. And speaking of perspectives, let's see what this next video's perspective is.
So instead of doing yoga in the park with me, you decided to watch Step Brothers again.
It's art. Two souls navigating the fragile landscape of sibling rivalry.
He cried during the bunk bed scene.
They had so much room for activities, Cam. You wouldn't get it.
I get it. I just also get the concept of commitment.
Babe, you know I support you, but he loves Step Brothers.
Then why doesn't Dyson watch it with his girlfriend? Oh, wait, that's right. He doesn't have one because he doesn't want to commit to Angela.
Low blow. Hey, that's what she said.
Okay, guys, I'm really mad. All right, you canceled plans on me again. Okay, that's not okay.
Okay, you know what? Maybe you just need to see things through our eyes. Just vibe for once. This isn't just weed. This is a stress-relieving hybrid with astrology and spiritually gazed CBD.
Well, it sounds like some bullshit. I think I'm good.
You had me at astrology, so light it up.
Let the cosmic vibrations begin.
What the fuck? Yo, why do I smell like lavender and magnums? Where's my dick? Wow, I can actually stretch now.
Phew! I can't believe you up so early after last night. You was an animal. Damn. You looking more caked up than usual.
Yo, bro, what the hell? Oh, no, where's my mustache? Cam, I'm your girlfriend.
I know you are.
No, I'm Dyson.
What? Ah! Woo, child.
I feel like I have a little more. Oh. Ooh. Oh, gonna have more? Oh.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I guess we gotta check on Brittany.
Stop staring at my tits.
Sorry. Force of habit.
Angela, yes. Totally, girl. You should never be with a man that doesn't listen to your feelings or tries to understand what you're going through emotionally.
But that's what you do.
Really? I mean, yes, I did. And I'm sorry. I was doing that because I'm going through a lot. And I feel like as a woman, a man, manly, mannish man, that I have no one to share my true feelings with. And I want that person to be you.
That's all I ever wanted. I'd love to try again.
Same love. I'll bring roses and accountability.
Oh my god. Does that mean we're boyfriend and girlfriend?
Girl, Do heels hurt after wearing them for only 5 minutes? Girl.
Yeah. Wait.
I gotta go,
What
Mike.
the?
It's getting a little hot. Oh. Ooh. It's new. Can we knock? Crazy, right? Oh, by the way, Angela's your girlfriend now.
What?
I'm sorry. I have to go to class.
Yeah, you're gonna leave me in this thing?
What? I'm sorry, babe. I have a test that I have. Sorry. It's gonna take a lot of getting used to.
How about we stay in each other's bodies for today, and then tonight we reconvene to try to fix all this?
I mean, it can't be that hard, right? Girls, boys, woo! You know, same thing.
6 hours later.
Wait. I think I figured it out.
What is it, baby?
You guys didn't start feeling this way until after you smoked, right?
Yeah!
Which means you guys just have to smoke again to get back into your own bodies.
Ah, that's right.
Thank God, man, because being a woman is hard. Okay, it's like bleeding and succeeding. My nipples are sensitive. Okay, I think I'm ovulating today. And I cried during a Swiffer ad today.
That ad was so touching.
I know, right?
Right?
Girl? See? Being a woman is so hard. I understand your guys' relationship. Hoes before bros.
You know, while I will miss Ping standing up, while I was using the stall, someone looked over and took a glimpse. And now my nickname, your nickname, is Lil Diesel. Also, I was looking at a woman do her makeup, and I think she thought that I was creepy. So, I understand it now. Bros before hoes.
Hoes and bros before hoes.
Oh my God.
Dyson, you okay? How you feeling?
Girl.
You know what I don't like?
What's that?
The word soul. It just feels fucking racist. It feels like when white people use soul, there's an underlining racist undertone to it. Let me give you an example. Fixin's is one of our favorite restaurants, which isn't a happy flex because we're black, if you couldn't tell. And what is it called? What's the full name of it?
It's Fixin' Soul Kitchen.
Soul Kitchen.
Stop saying it like that.
That's what it is.
When you say it like that, you make it sound like it's soul. I'm
What is- what
shining
is-
your shoes.
What is
Soul Kitchen?
You remember? So you
It's
remember?
like it's
real
soul.
quick. Remember how back in the days when our ancestors were slaves, and we had to eat we had to eat the leftover crumbs that they had, which we eat now. We made it a good thing. What is that called?
It's soul food.
Soul.
It's not like I don't think when white people did it, they say, "Here, take this soul food." Ew. It wasn't like It wasn't like the N word or reclaimed it like
All right,
that.
let me
it's
give
like
you-
it's our own sort of it's soul food. Everybody likes
Coming
soul
from
food.
the dude who eats Popeyes every day.
Soul?
Food. Thank you. Coming again. And another thing. Let me give you another thing. Okay. It just feels like the only people that can make soul music are people that have gone through something black and traumatic. Like when you hear James Brown, do you think that he, from his voice alone, do you think he's never experienced an ass whooping in his life?
He's probably experienced one or two.
One or two.
Five.
Try every single song you hear in it. And speaking of us,
You're saying that's like
Michael Jackson, his ad lib sounds like he's getting his ass beat. So I think it's just proving to have soul, you have to have been beaten, hurt in some type of way. And who gets beaten and hurt out of everybody the most? That's all I'm trying to say.
I think would Usher have picked up Justin Bieber if he didn't have a little bit of soul in him growing up? I don't think he was getting beat.
You're right. I think Justin Bieber does have a little bit of soul. On the same way, I think Haley Steinfeld has a little bit of soul.
That's different. Haley Steinfeld's an octoroon.
And Justin Bieber has something in him. I don't care what you say.
He's Canadian.
The nigga has tats and could break dance. Do I need to say any more?
I'm trying to think of another white man that can break dance.
None with soul.
Oh, Justin Timberlake got soul. Justin Timberlake has soul.
You know what? I think Justin Timberlake had soul pre what I found out about Britney Spears. When Britney Spears was like exposing him and all the corny shit he did. Before that, I would have said that not brother. That
soul brother.
That white man. Soul brother. That white man, I would have said has soul.
You can have soul and not be the best person.
Facts. I'm not gonna name names.
I like the term soul. I understand used by some, it can be a little dicey. It can feel like urban. But other times I like the show with Cedric the Entertainer. Soul Man. I love Soul Man. All right. He got a lot of soul. It's cool to have soul. Jamie Foxx in that Disney movie called Soul. He was the soul, and he was playing piano because he had soul.
In the one movie we get where we had a lead nigga.
Hey,
in the cartoon,
don't do that. We also
soul. I think soul is one of those words we took back and tried to make it a thing. Like nigga or bitch. It's like nigga or bitch. That's how I feel soul is. You know what I'm saying? We took it and we made it a thing. You know what I'm saying? But what I don't like is how it's just ingrained in us that soul means black. Because think about all the white singers that have sang songs that we thought were black originally. And it turns out that they were actually sang by white people. We say they have soul. Why do they have soul? Because they sound black.
And it's a compliment. When we talk about Bobby Caldwell, I guess you wonder where I've been.
Soul!
He got soul. And it's a good thing. I don't know where acting like it's bad.
Just like me saying a white person like Tommy Egan from Power saying something like, yo, calling him brother. If I call him brother, that's insinuating he has nigga tendencies, but he's not a nigga.
Okay.
If I say that white man has soul, it's the same exact thing. It's insinuating his voice has black umph to it. And that's what I don't like. I don't like how soul is a color. That's what I don't like. Soul is nigga. It's a color.
You don't think us giving the title of soul to other people makes it like a bit more open?
It's the N-word pass. It's the N-word pass.
It's inviting people to the cookout.
It's the N-word pass.
Is it coonery to invite a white man to the cookout? Yes or no?
What do you mean?
If I say, yo, you're invited to the cookout because you a real cool white man. Sam Smith, if I say, yo, you sang real good on that, you invited to the cookout. Better example, Tommy. If Tommy from Power is invited to the cookout, am I a coon now?
How'd you feel about him saying nigga in that one episode?
I didn't like that. But it went by so smooth, I almost missed it.
Why did it go by so smooth? Because the brother had
soul.
Thank you.
But what's the problem with him?
That word,
soul?
nigga, is you just admitted that the brother nigga, the brother nigga, the word.
Why'd you call him brother?
Is soul.
I didn't say he should have said that, but it's okay to have a little soul. Is all I'm saying. It's okay for a white man to have a little soul. I think we all have a little soul in us. Some
If
people
you're
are
black,
more soulful
if you're
than
black,
others.
you think white people have a little soul in them?
You don't think Adele got a little soul?
I said, do you think white? You said everybody. You think every white person has a little bit of soul in them? I've seen their line dances, and there no soul in that.
I think.
Oh, done the Cotton Eye Joe. White people dance on the treble of the beat. Black people dance on the bass of the beat, and I feel like the bass is the soul. When you dance on the no soul. When you dance on the boom, 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 boom.
What song is this?
Motto. The motto.
But Drake and Lil
By
Wayne.
Drake and Lil Wayne.
He really got that bass line memorized to a T.
I've been practicing since I was a youngin'.
Yeah, I think that if you look into the heart of every white person and you take a microscope and you take a microscope under that microscope, you can see a little bit of soul. And I think that's okay.
My thing with this whole thing is I genuinely believe 99.9% of the world is racist, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I think it's when you are hurting people when it's a bad thing. Because and the reason for that being is because I feel like it gives some commonality to us. You know what I'm saying? And when I say racist, I don't mean the racist that hurts people's feelings. I mean the racist that you keep it in your mind and you will never say out loud, but we was all thinking it, you know?
Right. For all of us. No,
right.
I wish that the commonality between us was being not racist.
With this soul thing, for real. I think it just opens up a new idea of what really makes art art. Is it the pain behind it, which mostly black people feel, or is it just you're just born with it? Like, for example, Michael Jackson, legend. We know his backstory, right?
I hope we do.
Can you tell them just in case they don't know?
Michael Jackson's dad had a vendetta against Michael Jackson's behind. And
I genuinely think he reminisces about that every time he's in the studio. Ow! Jamon! You know what I'm saying? I think he sorry, that was a serious moment. Pain sometimes is what makes a good voice. But I think pain sometimes is what makes a good voice. Because I feel like somebody who's never felt an iron skillet to the ass isn't gonna hit the same notes as a nigga whose dad beat his ass every day. I'm just being honest. I ain't saying it's right. I'm just saying that the facts are the facts.
Well, regardless, I think that everybody can have a little bit of soul. And as the wise Beyonce once said, you can't break my soul, tell everybody.
She ain't no diva. So
You ain't no diva.
yeah. So
Where do you are you on my note? What are you on my note? He ain't no diva.
yeah, I just think soul. It's just weird because at the same time, while we're on the soul conversation, I feel like we don't give enough credit to my booty cheeks. That hurt. But no, real shit. I be feeling when I have this conversation about soul, I feel like, you know, like black power extra, you know what I'm saying? But it's just how I feel.
I think sometimes as black people, we do things to try to help the black community.
Like what? What do
Like-
black people do to try to help the black community?
It's a good question. Rap, coonery, rap, stand up,
Fried chicken?
Okay, we sound like coons. But black people try to do things. Black people try to do things to help the black community, and sometimes it's great, you know. But also sometimes I feel like we be getting so deep into trying to be helpful and empowering that it's
we
like
just hurt each other.
You remember when they said that we were supposed to get superpowers?
Yeah,
at one time,
yeah.
they were like, black people all going to get superpowers on December 21st.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, we got enough that we've done good. We don't need superpowers on top of it. You
That's
know what
facts. And you know why we don't need superpowers? Because we was born with soul.
Soul, man. Me and him.
Me and him. Do you guys ever feel like when somebody's speaking or talking about something deep about the black struggle, if they gas it a little bit, do you ever feel like a coon for thinking about calling them out on it?
Yeah, it's a bit hard to hold us accountable.
Yeah. It's hard. It's even hard to talk to you guys about
it feels.
And you're not even here.
It feels like I just said something very wrong.
Yeah,
but it was
yeah,
so
yeah.
generic and so blanket that it should have been fine.
Like if I were to like right now say something like, you know why I'm not doing my test right now? Slavery.
Right on, brother. Right on. And I'm secretly thinking he needs to do that test.
Yeah,
Is he crazy?
yeah.
He has to. Or
But
he
what
will
are you?
not pass.
But what are you gonna say to that?
I'm not telling
I
the
win.
white teacher. Actually, slavery doesn't matter that much, so he shouldn't do his test. No, I gotta just let him do it, even if he's wrong.
Wait, I'm wrong?
No. You're not wrong. You're not wrong because like slavery was bad. Like you shouldn't have to do your test. But if we all doing the test, then it's like just don't do the test. Just don't do the test. It's fine.
That's what I was saying all along. It's the man.
Yeah, it's the man.
So this is the thing. Like with slavery and all of that, obviously, we have a lot of generational trauma, things that still hurt us to this day. But when I feel like not picking up a bill around my mixed homie, and I blame it on his ancestors, and then I'm like, you pick up this tab.
Just like my ancestors picked up that cotton.
Exactly. What is he gonna say? He has to eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat that shit. I win, you lose. But at the end of the day, is it really right? Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It can be hard not to be a coon, but also support your people. But sometimes your people aren't always right.
Real shit. Like, have you ever walked into a black-owned business and the first thing you hear is an attitude? And you just
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
And you just gotta eat it, because you're like, I'm trying to be there for my people. I support a lot of black-owned businesses.
Me too.
I feel like we have to as black people, and I feel like it's very few but the mighty, so we have to do it. But I also don't like the feeling of feeling obligated to go to every single one, even if they are disrespectful to me.
Oh.
And in that, it's like I just feel like I don't like how I feel. I like going places because they're dope. You know what I'm saying? I like dope first.
Black second. I was joking. I'm joking.
Like if I go to a black-owned business, I'm going there, yes, because they're black, but typically I'm going there because they have something that I like. You know what I'm saying? Of substance. It's the same way I go to Nike. The only difference is Nike ain't doing something for my people. So why wouldn't I do the same thing I would want to do? Get a Nike tag, but from a black person. The difference is the customer service sometimes. Sometimes I don't want a damn nigga. I already told you your total when I'm at the cash register. You know what I mean?
Do we consider Jordan like Jordans? Is that like do we consider that a black-owned business? That's a black-owned business technically, right? Or is it because they're under Nike now? They're not black-owned.
Yeah, it's Nike, so no.
So can we say the same for record labels? Like Top Dog, black-owned, owned by Interscope. White.
Bottom Dog, owned by black. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, that.
Now you know what always killed. You know what's always killed me.
What?
I was just watching 22 Jump Street, and I remember when they were in college, and there was a professor. It's a really quick bit, but there was a professor, and he was talking about psychology, and then he was like, and now I'm going to do my Tracy Morgan impersonation. Wait, y'all don't like psychology? And it's like this white professor.
Hearing you say that, I'm like, what is he doing?
I break out into that once a day. Like, it's just the funniest shit to me. With that being said, though, I just feel like we have to have more fun as black people. Hearing that makes me laugh. But I'm not going to lie. Sometimes when I say it out loud, too loud, I think somebody's going to get the reference and be like, why is he laughing at a white person imitating a black person?
You know what?
And then I feel like a coon.
I love our people so much. I can't stand the conversations we have on Twitter.
Wait, Twitter? I don't know Twitter.
Sorry,
I don't know
X.
Twitter. There we go.
I can't stand the 50-50 conversations of you split the bill 50-50 if when you getting the seafood crab boil for your girl and all her friends if it's her birthday. I can't.
But I think that's a ploy. I literally think I was seeing this on I forgot what podcast, but I was seeing the like low key. We don't ever pay attention to the accounts that post these things.
I agree.
They're always posted with like a cartoon person or something. I'm telling you, Ronald Reagan woke up from his grave and made an X account. Maybe it's 50 of them. And just, you know,
get crack. I'm going to do internet warfare.
Real shit. Because it's like, it's ridiculous. It's like, I see all the time things that just drift us as men, women, and anything in between as black people away from each other. And it's just like, dog, just listen to yourself.
Why are we talking about this?
Why are we talking about a crab boil,
I
my
don't
nigga?
care about your crab boil on your birthday, whether she had her birthday makeup on with all her friends, unless she goes out.
Don't touch the birthday makeup. I agree with that one.
That should be talked about.
I agree with that one. That's untouchable. That's untouchable.
I can't stand it, man.
I don't like the birthday makeup. I ain't gonna lie. You look beautiful without the birthday makeup. But I'm not like one of those niggas. No makeup, my queen. You can do whatever you like.
Look at what X has done to you. Now you're debating it. No one even was trying to debate with you.
I know. It's Ronald Reagan.
And we're back with the Melanin Moit, Part 7.
You see, most of our history has been whitewashed. I mean, you wouldn't believe the things that we've invented, and it's truly a shame. Garrett Morgan in the traffic light, Marie Van Britton Brown with home security, elevator doors, brooms, dustpans, you name it.
Name me one thing them ass invented that the black man ain't do first or better.
The light bulb?
Like the light bulb? Louis Latimer is the only reason the light even stays on. Without him, there would be no invention of the filament. Actually, in 1882, he got his patent. Yeah, that Thomas Edison ain't shit without Louis. I'm talking to you right now, all right? You. Did you know that the black man actually invented the potato chip? Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of what it done to the culture, you know, with the gout and all them types of things, but it's about the ancestors.
And there's inventions to this day that people don't know we invented. Only so many people know about Cornelius Jackson V. Wait, you don't know about Cornelius Jackson? He was a slave who bought his way to freedom with his many inventions. He came from a family of inventors.
Cornelius Jackson is actually my great godfather. In the summer of 1793, he made the first cotton gin. But you know who fucking took credit for that? Eli Whitney. It made cotton picking easier and more profitable.
it was controversial that a black man extended slavery by what some assume is decades.
But credit where credit is due.
But credit where credit is due. For the ancestors. Plus, it could be argued that his other inventions helped make up for it. Have you ever had cereal before? Well, as a teenager in 1776, he invented the first spoon.
I'ma just say it. All the white men think about is pillaging, oppressing, and stabbing. So they used forks and knives. But Cornelius had something else in mind. The nigga was in the field and had a shovel, and he was like, yo, what if I could make this motherfucker smaller? And now a nigga could dig into his oatmeal. And wait till you hear about Cornelius Jackson the First. That whole lineage from the first and the fifth, they were actually the original Jackson 5. In 1645, that motherfucker invented the first AirPods. A black man with an AirPod. A nigga with an AirPod, nigga.
He ain't with the white man listening in on his conversations. But before there was Steve Jobs, there was Cornelius.
You can even take it back to Africa. Yeah. The first video camera was made in 30,000 BC by none other than a black man. But the shit was lost to time.
Now, it was around that time that a black man, who may or may not have been an ancestor of the Jacksons, invented language. This is recently discovered footage.
Ooga! Ooga, ooga! Ooga, 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 ooga! Ooga, 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 ooga! Ooga, ooga! Ooga! Ooga, ooga! Ooga, ooga! Ooga, ooga! Ooga! Okay. Hungry.
See, we invented a lot, but not everything.
I'll admit it. Velcro was made by none other than a white. But I challenge you to think. Who do you think invented the color white?
Credit where credit is due.
For the ancestors.
I want to go fishing. You know why I want to go fishing? Because I feel like that is the best father-son time. And I've never went fishing with my dad. And I want to go fishing.
I'll go fishing with you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Son.
No. It was supposed to be a role where I was supposed to be the dad.
It's too late.
Then I'm not going fishing with you. And I never loved your mother.
Really? What about my daughter, your sister? Did you ever love her? Well, that's all we got here, folks.
That's all we got, folks. We gave it all we got.
All right, see y'all.
Bye. Thanks for all the support.
We love y'all.
I really appreciate it.
A lot.
A whole lot. More than anything, more than you could ever imagine.
I appreciate you the most out of both of us.
DJ Wouldn't It Be Funny Podcast. 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 Yeah, yeah.